Hello guys, this is Joyce from Enjoy Scrapping 2, and today I'll be making a card using this stamp set that I got. This is Designs by Rin, and this is the Hibiscus set, and this is just bare rubber. It comes like this, and so I had a request. They wanted to see this color and as well as explain a little of how I use this without mounting it onto the cling foam mount. That's what these are. These are the cling foam here. I used to mount all of my bare rubber stamps before onto the cling mount foam, and Jane actually Velocity Vet 08 went over how you can mount these onto the cling mount foams, and I'll leave that link for the video below. So if you want to mount it and you don't know how, go ahead and check that video out. But for me, I have a lot of bare rubber stamps, and these are all by different companies that I purchase. I have like several binders full of it, and as you can see, I just basically just stuck it on like so, and they're just bare rubber, and this is the way I use it, because I have so much bare rubber stamps that it would cost me a whole lot to mount all of these onto a cling mount foam. That's one of the reasons why I don't mount mine anymore. So there's a couple ways you can go about doing this, because obviously this is bare rubber. This is not going to stick to a clear block, and that's what the cling mount foam does. It gives it a cushion, and also for the stamp to one side be able to stick onto the clear block so that you can stamp it. So what I do is, obviously I trim them out already. I trim it very closely, as you can see, and it's really easy to do that because this is not that thick, and I normally just use Tim Holtz scissors or something. You want a sharp pair of scissors to do so. And then what I do is I use the Eileen's Tack It over and over. So this is a temporary adhesive, and once this dries, it will dry sticky. So what you want to do is you just want to either put it on your finger. You can use a foam brush or regular brush, and then go ahead and squeeze some out, and then just put it all over. You can see right there that shine is where I just kind of went over it with the glue. When you first take out the glue, it looks white, but then it'll dry clear and it will stay sticky. So this is one good way to do so without mounting it, and this part will stick perfectly fine to a clear block with no problem at all, and it doesn't leave a residue or anything like that. So that's one way to do so. The other way you can do is, there's a lot of different temporary adhesives, so you can also use something like this. This is a stick and spray. This is also a repositionable adhesive, so you can go ahead and spray that, and you can use it that way. There's another option that you have is to use, let me see if I can find it. Here it is. This thing called Tack and Peel. This is by Sukineko, and as you can see here, it shows you how you can use it, the red rubber stamp, without mounting it onto the cling foam, and use this. That'll give that sticky part so it'll stick to the block. So for something like this, I have it mounted already onto a block. So this block and this Tack and Peel, I do not take off. This is just, I just use one block like this so that I don't have to, because both sides of this is sticky. So the other side is stuck onto this acrylic block, and then there's this little peel thing that you peel, and this will be sticky, so you can stick the bare rubber on that and then go ahead and stamp it. So there's several different ways you can go about using your red rubber bare stamps without having to mount it. So the choice is yours, what you prefer to do. So I just basically wanted to quickly go over that since I had a question about that. And so that's what I did for these, and we're going to do some coloring. So the way I store it, a lot of the times I laminate the sheet, or if the backing sheet like this is kind of on the thick side or whatever, then I just stick it right onto the packaging itself, and then I store it in my binder. So some are actually stuck to this thing right here. See, I have a lot of it. But I do want to kind of point out what a great quality of bare rubber stamps that these are. Like I mentioned, that I have a lot of different companies bare rubber stamps, and I think this is the thickest that I've seen so far. This is really thick, and it's just really sturdy. It's really intricate design, and it's such a great quality of the bare rubber stamps. I have one here, as you can see how thin it is. This is a different company's stamp, obviously, but this too is like bare rubber, and you can see the difference in the thickness. So I just wanted to kind of point that out. And it's raised up a lot higher, so it's going to give you the better impression, in my opinion. Okay, so that's that. And then once I start the coloring, I'm going to do a voiceover and fast forward so that you guys can see the coloring portion. So what I like to do, okay, I already stamped a couple of them out here, and this is a masking paper. This is a Inka Dinka Do masking paper. I already stamped it out and I fussy cut it out. I personally hate fussy cutting, and it takes me a long time to do it. Maybe that's why I don't like to fussy cut. But for these, you know, you're gonna have to take your time and then cut it. But once you have this, then you can use this for a while until the sticky part goes away. Okay, so now I'll be coloring today with my Spectrum Noir markers. I do love to color with my Copics. That is my favorite, but I have the Spectrum Noir markers because I know some of you guys, that's what you have. You guys don't have the Copics, and you guys have the Spectrum Noir markers, which is a lot more reasonable. So I'll be using that today. And I believe Tupelo Designs LLC will be carrying the Copics, so I'll start sharing of the coloring with Copics once they have it in their system. But so today I'm going to use Spectrum Noir markers. Spectrum Noir markers are great markers, alcohol markers, and they come in several different sets. And I would say about like a set of 6. That's usually they have like color combinations, like 6 of pinks or 6 of reds or something like that, is almost the price of like a little less than a price of one Copic marker. So it's a lot more affordable, but it does have its disadvantages as well, because it doesn't blend as smoothly as Copics would, and I hear a lot of you know, frustration that it's leaking out of the lines and it's difficult to blend. And yes, for the Spectrum Noir, I believe the paper is very important, because I tried with a lot of different type of papers to figure out, of course, what works best. And you do want like a Copic quality type of paper, and that will eliminate some of the frustration on the blending. So you can either use a Nina Solar White. It's a smooth. They either have 80 pound or 110 pound, I believe. And Spectrum Noir also has papers, and Copic Express Set. There's like several different options that you can choose from, but I think paper is very important. Today I'm using Nina Solar White, and this is the 80 pound. I'm gonna kind of zoom in for you guys, and then we'll start stamping the flower out. So when I'm using bare rubber stamps, I hope this video doesn't get too long, and I'm going to try to edit it so that it doesn't, sorry about that, it doesn't become way too long. But when I'm using bare rubber stamps, I like to use these Rock-a-Blocks. So this is also by Crafter's Companion. They have several different sets. I believe they have 2 sets of the 4 packs, and I love these so much that I bought both packs of the Crafter Companions. They're called Rock-a-Blocks, and this have like a little curve to it, if you can tell, and there's a slight learning curve to using these, but once you get the hang of it, you're gonna get a really great impression. So something like this, or I also like to use my Mega Mount. This is by Impressions Obsessions. This is really large. This is large enough to fit their background, and this is also very good to stamp as well. So I'll be using this today because these flowers are kind of on the big side, and I'm going to just stick it on and it'll stick, because we put the Eileen's tack it over and over, and you do want to let it completely dry before you start to use it. I usually leave it overnight. So I'm going to be using the My Favorite Things ink here, and then I'm going to go ahead and ink it up. Very intricate details. Okay. You can see how beautiful that is. Absolutely gorgeous. Look at that. So you want to ink it up really good. And then I'm going to kind of maybe stamp it right here. So with these Rock-a-Blocks, you have to rock it to get a good impression. So you want to make sure where you want to lie it down, and then go ahead and then press as you're rocking it. Look at that. Absolutely gorgeous. Okay, so now that I have that, that's going to be the back. And then I have my larger one. So as you can see here, this has these and there's also solid images as well. If you don't want to do the coloring, you can use an ink pad for that. Okay. So now I'm going to take off the peel here. Okay. And then go ahead and ink it up again. Okay, again you want to place it down where you're going to stamp. Okay, and then lay it down. You want to lay it down and then go rock. So go ahead and lay it down. Okay, so I'm sure you get the point with the Rock-a-Blocks. So I'll be stamping out the rest of the flowers here, and I'm fast forwarding it. so the video doesn't get too long. I think it's already kind of on the long side. But I'm stamping out another flower off to the side, which I'll be coloring and fussy cutting out. That's gonna go in that bottom corner right there. So as you can see, that's how it's going to look. And I'm putting the other mask down because I want to stamp out some leaves. And I'm using the Hero Arts Ombre inks, mint to green. And so I'll be kind of putting the darker area to the stem of the leaves, and I'm stamping that out. I'm not going to go too crazy with the leaves. I just want just a few. So I'll be doing most of the coloring off camera because it took about an hour for me to color these flowers, and I'm sure you don't want to sit here for an hour to watch it. But here I kind of left some of the petals because I wanted to kind of show you how I'm blending it. So that acrylic block on the right is where I laid down that same red that I'm using now. And then this right here is a really light pink. So I'm touching the real light pink with the red to kind of make it softer so that I can blend it with the yellow. So the Spectrum Noir markers has felt tips. So for me, I find it difficult to do like a tip to tip method, which I like to do when I don't have a full color palette. But I kind of, it was kind of a little bit hard. So what you can do is do this palette blending. So you can scribble it off on the side, and then like what I'm doing here now, using that light pink, and I'm touching that red, and then I'm kind of doing the flicking motion here to create some veins for the flowers. So you can create the mid-tone that way. Because I don't have all the colors of the Spectrum Noir, so there are some missing gaps. And so for this flower, I'm just going to blend out the red. So basically, I laid down the darkest color in the center, and I want to blend it out to a softer pink. So again, here I'm using my darkest red, putting it in the center, and then this right here is the same red that I used for the yellow flower, and then this is the same light pink marker, and I'm grabbing some of that red off to the side and then kind of doing the flicking motion to blend it out. So for this flower right here is kind of simple. I'm using a brown, orangey red, and like this yellow, the same yellow for the other flowers. I kind of wanted to match. So this was kind of easy blend right there. So I'll be back with all the colored image. So I stamped this Aloha that's from a Lawn Fawn stamp set. And because I'm going to be putting that in the corner, I'm going to cut the rest of the pieces off. And I outlined it using a black marker. And then I also have this black cardstock. And here I'm using this tool. This tool is made by Mike from Tupelo Designs LLC. He is the owner of Tupelo Designs LLC, and he makes these. I think these are fantastic tools. It's a really easy way to do the blending. I found it very easy rather than holding on to like a handle. And then here I'm scoring my cardstock. Normally I would be using any of the other three bone folders, but I got this Teflon bone folder, and oh my god, this is like fantastic tool, and it gives such a clean, crisp fold, and I think it's really worth the money. It's a little bit more than some of the other bone folders, but it's definitely worth it. And so I'm just putting the card together here, just using my ATG. I just wanted to make it kind of plain and simple and let just the flowers be the main focus. And then now I'm using this white gel signal pen, and I'm putting some highlights here and there on the flowers. I think I turned out really beautiful. This flower is super fun to color, and I can't wait to try it out with other mediums. I think it'll be beautiful watercolored as well. So this basically finishes off my card for today. I thank you guys so much for watching, and let me know what you think. So I'll catch you guys next time. And I'll leave all the supplies that I use in the links below. And I'll see you guys next time. Thanks so much. Bye.